So here we have the top three qualifiers for the Shell Belgian Grand Prix. On pole position, Lewis Hamilton for Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 team. His 31st career pole position and his fourth in a row this 2013 season. Second place, Sebastian Vettel, Infinity Red Bull Racing. And third, Mark Webber, Infinity Red Bull Racing. Lewis, it was all about timing today, and your timing was absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it was. It was obviously a good job by the team, but I was just so surprised when I came across the line. I think when I started the lap, it looked like on the board I saw on the screen that I was about 7th or 8th, and I was like, oh my god, you know, especially as it was raining more. And I went wide in turn 1, and my dash display was usually telling you whether you're up or down, and it said I was 3 seconds down, and then 5 seconds and 6 seconds, so I didn't understand what was going on in the lap, but I just kept pushing, and yeah, I could see I was catching Sebastian towards the end, but yeah, what a blessing. I feel so fortunate to be up here.
It was a big margin in the end as well, 2.5, and particularly the middle sector seemed to be very, very strong. So clearly through there, the Mercedes and yourself are well hooked up. How do you explain? I think generally I feel quite comfortable in changing conditions, and feel like I'm able to, you know, find the limits when the conditions are really on the edge. And I just had in the middle, I pushed quite a lot through the middle sector, particularly as I thought I was down 3 seconds, so I was really caning it. And yeah, but the car's feeling good. Very well done. Sebastian, obviously today was also very much about keeping your nerve. What were you thinking about in the closing stages? Were you thinking about there's as much to lose here as there is to gain?
No, there's always something to gain. So yeah, it wasn't clear whether, you know, the first lap we did in Q3 was the lap on intermediate tyres. Obviously we all went out for a start with slick tyres. It was quite entertaining because it started to rain pretty heavily, and then on intermediates, as I said, it wasn't clear because in the beginning it looked like there's more and more rain coming, so we were all rushing to get a lap in, but then it stopped raining, and the circuit came back very quickly, and the last lap turned out to be the fastest lap with the circuit drying. And yeah, it's difficult to know how fast you can go. Obviously I saw Lewis catching up in the last lap, and I thought, okay, I could have gone a bit quicker here, a bit quicker there. Yeah, in the end it was quite close, I think, across the line. So in these conditions anything can happen. Shame to miss pole once again, but yeah, quite happy today. The boys did a very good job changing tyres from slick to intermediates and got us an extra lap. So unfortunately the circuit wasn't ready, but all in all I think a good day as well for the team. So let's see what happens tomorrow. We expect similar conditions to today: rain, dry, and a bit of everything. So we'll see.
Okay, thank you. And Mark, your final qualifying session in a Formula 1 car at this Spa-Francorchamps circuit, it delivered its usual mixture of conditions. How was your session?
Yeah, difficult I think for all of us to make all the right calls, but in the end I think we got most things right. It's very easy to look stupid in those conditions from a team side, from a driver side, making the right calls, and in the end we got most things pretty good, I'd say. Yeah, it's a little bit bizarre with the DRS on and off in the session. Actually, in Q3, it's available in the first part of quali and not available at the end, but it's the same for everyone. So it's a very, very difficult thing, as Lewis has touched on, to know really where you are, how the track's moving around so much. And yeah, and it was quite a ballsy thing for me to go slow in the middle lap, knowing that if the track's going to be better on the last lap, so to save the tyres, because they're struggling quite a bit in those conditions. So in the inters, so in the end, yeah, it wasn't too bad a lap, and it was quite tight, obviously. So yeah, pretty happy to be right up there for tomorrow's race.
Well done. Back to you, Lewis. Obviously, it's not been the easiest weekend so far from the looks of things as far as practice has been concerned for you and the Mercedes team. Tell us about the race tomorrow. So you're obviously starting from where you want to be, but can you keep these two guys behind you?
I think this weekend they've both shown that they have incredible pace this weekend, but I'm hoping that whatever the conditions are tomorrow, we can try and fight it out with them. You know, the guys have done a fantastic job bringing a good package here, and I generally feel we're quite close. I still feel the Red Bull is generally a little bit ahead of us in performance, but and that's why results like this today feel even better, you know, because we feel like we extracted more than what the car can actually do. So I'm really happy with it.